All right, it's Beagle 5 Gaming here. The new trailer for Game of Thrones season 8 has dropped now. I'm still reading Storm of Swords, Blood and Gold at this moment. So I'm pretty far in. My wife and I, we are watching the series. As you can hear, I've got some kind of a nasty bug inside of my lungs. So yeah, it's not too cool. But I wanted to do a frame by frame, of the new trailer, and I'm keeping everything. I'm not going to maximize anything, or because last time I tried this, YouTube whacked me in the head with some kind of a copyright thing, and I don't like that. So, but here we go. So first thing we see is Arya, and the neat thing about this is that it makes you care for her straight away because she's scared. She is really scared, and that's something we haven't seen from Arya before, or we have seen, but not since she has, acquired all these mad assassination skills. So this is, this is pretty good. She's probably in Winterfell somewhere, trying to stay away from someone. Here's Davos, tried and tested battle commander, walking the battlements. Oh, wait a second. Is that Gilly? That's probably Gilly back there, sitting next to, I don't know who this is, if it's Eddard or somebody else. This is Gilly Ferris. Yeah. No, the funny part is, look at the the difference. So, oh, wait a second. I'm trying to go back a couple of frames now, but for some reason it won't let me. So here she is, confident. Nothing is wrong. Let's see. Let's go back a little bit more. And here she's really scared. So that's nice. We get to see a scared Arya. Now I think one of the cardinal rules of Game of Thrones is Arya won't die. At least I hope not, because she seems to be one of the favorites of the wife of George R. R. Martin. So let's hope she makes it through this. I would love to see her, hook up with Gendry and explore the world or something like that. So here we see the Greyjoy fleet with the Golden Company, as you can see. So he went to Essos and he paid the Golden Company a large sum of money in order to convince them to come over to Westeros and fight for Queen Cersei. So, yeah, there's that. This is a nice one. Beric Dondarrion and Thormund Giantsbane still live, and they're together with Dolores Ed. Now, I'm wondering what they are doing right now, because they're walking, into a castle or something like that, and it's all dark because, Beric has his sword lit, and they all have theirs. So Dolores Ed has his sword drawn, so there's some apprehension there. There's Brandon. Cersei's probably happy seeing the Greyjoy fleet with all the gold cloaks, with not the gold cloaks, the Golden Company. Yeah, and the mountain that rides is still behind her. That stupid helmet. Here we see the Unsullied marching up through Wintertown into Winterfell. So, and this is one of those things. I mean, she bought 8,000 of them, and she also got the unblooded, untrained, untested, Unsullied. She must have lost some. So let's say that she still has let's say 6,000. 6,000 unsullied. That would be a great number to have to fight. The White Walkers and their army of the dead. So here's some kid watching the Unsullied walk towards Winterfell. Jon Snow and Daenerys riding up towards the castle. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Look at those dragons. Magnificent they are being, rendered. So Jon Snow probably now knows something about his mother. I don't know, because you can't tell where she is. If it's Lyanna's tomb or Eddard's tomb, I don't know. No, I believe that Lyanna Stark was somewhere around here, so it's possible that. But here's the thing. I mean, it would be natural for Jon to also visit Ned Stark's tomb and basically ask him, "Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that Lyanna Stark was my mother? And why didn't you tell at least Catelyn that Lyanna Stark was my mother?" But the ruse, the fact that Eddard Stark took him as his own son by some unknown tavern wench, just to protect him, that's still boggles the mind, doesn't it? It made his life miserable to some extent, but Eddard Stark probably knew that by including him in the family and making sure that he got to live with, Robb and Brandon and Rickon and Arya and Sansa, that he would at least have siblings who would love him, even though his, the wife of his father didn't love him. Our enemy doesn't tire. There he is, Gendry. Now, Gendry is so badass. He is Robert Baratheon's son. And I mean, the Robert Baratheon that we know was this big fatty guy, and he defeated Rhaegar Targaryen with this with a big warhammer in hand, and Gendry as his son is he basically gives us a glimpse into the past of how big and muscular and strong Robert Baratheon must have been, because this guy is ripped. I mean, so he's walking the forges. Now these are Dothraki. Yeah. So not only does Daenerys have like 6 or 7,000 Unsullied, but she also has as many, at least, Dothraki. At least I hope, at least that many. I mean, in the beginning of the story, there was like the idea that she would cross the narrow sea with 40,000 Dothraki. Well, if it's 6 or 7,000, all horse drawn, that would be awesome. I mean, Dothraki are basically light cavalry. They're not heavy cavalry, but they're cavalry nonetheless. And against a horde of undead, I believe cavalry is your best bet. Because, the question is, can you pummel the dead into submission with a cavalry charge? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But that also begs the question, are the Knights of the Vale still at Winterfell? I mean, imagine that, having like 1,000 or 2,000 soldiers from Winterfell, and then 6 or 7,000 Unsullied, and then there's you have the Dothraki light cavalry, and then you have the Knights of the Vale heavy cavalry. At least you would have a side, you could actually deal some serious damage. Will it be enough to destroy the army of the Night's King? I don't know. I mean, even with 2 dragons, he has a dragon, and God knows what else. I mean, we've seen a bear fight for him. Who knows the spiders that are being told about in the in the books are there, or maybe there are undead wolves or something of that kind. We don't know. But this is cool. Jorah Mormont on a horse leading the Dothraki. So that's pretty cool. Okay, Grey Worm and Miss Sunday. Wait a second. Was this Jaime? No, because Jaime lost his right hand. But this does look like Jaime's sword from the hilt. Who is this? Or is it Longclaw? No, I don't know. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no. Could be Jaime. But he is using his right hand. So I would say Jorah Mormont or... yeah, somebody. But it cuts to Jaime, so... Jaime Lannister, run away, he says, run. He's on top of the battlements. And then we cut to Cersei Lannister in the throne room with a Queen's guard in front of her, and I don't know, some guy over there, probably from the Iron Bank, or I don't know. There's another shot. Okay, she looks teary-eyed. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. She is not happy. Beautiful shots of the dragons flying through the canyons. Even Arya is in awe at the sight of the dragons. And oh, look, there he is. This is my most favorite character in all of Game of Thrones. He looks, I mean, I don't know who he is facing down right now, but he is, yeah, the Hound is one of the best characters in the game. Oh, wait a second, these are horses. Yeah, they are horses, I believe, yeah. And this is interesting. So what we are seeing here is we see a pile of, I don't know, these are not human bones, at least not all of them. This more or less looks like horses or something like that, and I don't know what this is, but you know, the dragons have found some, I don't know. I honestly don't know what this is supposed to be. A load of carcasses, that's for sure. Here's Arya being badass again. And this is probably before she ends up, running through Winterfell. But she's fighting for sure. Oh my goodness. Tyrion is looking up, and next we see Drogon spitting fire. By the way, isn't it... Here's the thing. Always when I look at Drogon, he looks like he's laughing. I mean, why would he be laughing? That's probably just how... Look at those trebuchets in the background. At least they have a lot of, siege works and stuff. So there's the Unsullied here. Hello, Podrick. Podrick is here. These are not the helmets of those who are at Winterfell. Winterfell helmets used to be different, so who knows? These might not be Winterfell people, or they might. But Brienne of Tarth, look at how his chin is held up. This is something we don't see that often from Podrick Payne. He usually is, he's like a little bit of hunched guy. And so normally Podrick Payne is, he's this hunched guy. He's hunching and he's a little bit, but now he's like, I'm going to face this. I mean, he has nothing to be afraid of. He's been in battle before, even though he's not, he never He's capable of much more than people give him credit for. And besides, he has been training with Brienne, so he must have become somewhat proficient with the sword and knows his way around the battlefield. So here's to hoping that Podrick survives. I'm rooting for Podrick. Pod is great. Here's Jorah with his Dothraki horde at his back. And there we have the White Walkers. And that's all we got. So, April 4th, that's when we get our Game of Thrones. Let me know what you think. I mean, are there any things that you take away from this? One of the biggest things is that Giantsbane and Dondarrion are still alive. Those were the biggest surprises to me. Well, not surprises. I mean, yeah, we didn't see them die on screen, so it was pretty. It was it you know it was possible that they will return. So that's pretty. Yeah, what else was surprising? Well, the fact that Arya was afraid at some point. That was surprising. I really liked the army formations. You know, the idea that there's like 10,000 or 15,000 people trying to defend Winterfell. And, archers on the battlements, spears on the flanks, and then the heavy infantry in the center, and all cavalry on the edges, heavy cavalry possibly if the Knights of the Vale are still there, and if not, it's the Dothraki screamers. So yeah, it's going to be neat. I can't wait until it's April 14th so we can, dig in and actually get some more lore and see how this story unfolds. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.